Hello, this is the demo of my Game Boy running a MadGraph and Mathematica, the other window right there. Okay, so first, in order to enter MadGraph, we need to type dot slash mg5 underscore AMC. Okay, and then we tab that, right? You see that right there, and then we press enter. So just press start, so it will run. So as you can see, that is MadGraph. So you basically simulate a collision. So for example, if you want to generate proton-proton, so you have P going to a top pair, so T bar. Okay, and then we just press enter, which is start. And so those are the diagrams that can produce a TT bar pair from the constituents of a proton. So you just type output, and then okay, so it's running, and then we're gonna launch this. Okay, launch, and then we press start. While it's running, okay, we enter. While it's running, let's go to the Mathematica window, and then we do numerical integration and integrate what do you want to numerically integrate? Let's say x to the x, x to the x, is it 6 the correct? All right, shift 6, yeah, to the x. We integrate the variable x, of course this is numerical integration, from 0 to 1. Okay, and then we close it, and then we press shift enter, and there you go, a numerical integration. But of course that's a bit tough, right? So wait a little bit. Now if you have a Bluetooth, oh shucks, but if you have like a keyboard, wireless keyboard, right, and a mouse, both of which both of which are connected to this dongle, you just insert it here, because you have like a USB slot there. Okay, and now you can basically use the mouse. There you go. Okay, I'm using this mouse right here, and so let's push that a little bit just to demonstrate a keyboard. So for example, we go to the Mathematica window again, and then let's do like, I don't know, plot, let's say sine x from 0 to 1, for example, and then shift enter. There's your plot, right? It's from 0 to 1. Let's increase it from 0 to 10 so that it will reach its period. Okay, there you go. But like, oh, I don't want mouse and keyboard. That's fine. You take this off. You use your analog for your mouse. You see the mouse moving, and then you use the on-screen keyboard. Okay, so let me focus the on-screen keyboard. We type plot. What are we going to plot? Well, let's just plot a line. Let's plot x from let's plot x, where x is from it's from 0 to 1. Wait a minute. This should not be a dot. This should be a comma. Okay, and then we press shift enter. There you go. You have a line. So it's a bit it takes getting used to using this as a mouse, but you know, in a pinch, like you're somewhere, you don't have a laptop, and then you need to like run something, you need to simulate, I'm itching to, you know, collide proton-proton with the final parton state of like two strange quarks. Then you just pull out your Game Boy, and then you can do stuff, right? But yeah, very cool. Okay, now what if someone will discourage you from using the Game Boy, you know, because they will be like, hey, this is so tiny, this is so small. Well, that's fine, you know, you can we can actually close this terminal right here. Okay, the one where I used in the previous video basically to run MadGraph, and then we can close this Mathematica window right here. So it asks us to save, of course, let's not save that, right? And then you can go to the start menu, right? So let me focus that right here if I can, and then we shut it down, right? We just shut it down and we press reboot, right? And then let's wait. All right, okay, did it reboot now? So it's doing its reboot. Now it's going into the mode called the emulation station. So basically you see my intro screen right there. It's basically listing all the awesome you know, handheld systems that you can play here, you know, in my Game Boy. So you have Dreamcast, Arcade, Game Boy Advance, Mega Drive, Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS, Famicom, PC Engine, PSP, PlayStation, SNES, and so on, right? But of course we don't want that. I mean, we shouldn't be playing, right? Like we should be doing just I'm a physicist, we should only be doing physics, right? Like I don't do video games. Like who told you that I do video games, right? So we only do physics right here. So we go to RetroPie, and then no, sorry, not RetroPie. We go to ports, and then you go to desktop, right? You enter desktop, but before we do that, we actually need to turn off our Game Boy first, okay? And then if I can, let me attempt to. So you have in here. So again, someone will tell you, this is so tiny, like this is insane. Why would you want that? So I have in here an external monitor in front, the black front right there with my reflection, which is typically a mirror at the back. But right here you have a mini monitor, a portable monitor. Okay, now it's turning on, and what we can actually do is, you notice the Game Boy in here, it has an HDMI output. So now we connect the HDMI. It's a mini HDMI. You just have an adapter right there. You connect it in here, okay? And so now we turn it on, okay? And so now when it turns on, instead of displaying on the screen, you see, instead of displaying this screen, you see that on the portable monitor right there, the intro screen that you saw a while ago on the Game Boy itself, you know, the booting screen is now actually being outputted on the screen itself. Let me readjust here there's like something weird about my viewing angle right here. It's very let me just hold the camera like this, okay? And I believe we're seeing some error on the boot up. Let me turn it off, right? And then what we do is we do the boot up again. Sometimes it does that, you know, like it does not read the SD card right away on your first try. But anyway, let's reboot it, and then hopefully it enters into the into the menu where we can do the video games. All right, and in fact that's the boot up screen that you saw a while ago that was being displayed on the Game Boy, but now even the sound is outputting on the TV. And again, you use this to control. You see, left, right, left, right. Of course, you can connect like external controller, you know, like why would you play on the, you have an external controller right here. But of course, like I said, we don't play video games. I mean, like how will you improve as a person if you only play video games? So we don't do video games here, we only do physics, right? So what we do is instead of, you know, selecting games, which again I don't do, like I never play video games. So you have there the ports, we enter the ports and we go desktop. And basically, you're now converting your Game Boy, outputting to a monitor into a desktop mode, which is again, this is running. So this is our my mouse. It's not moving. Why? Because of course we did not connect the dongle. So we connect the dongle. Of course, you can still use this to control the mouse. Look. You can still use the analog to control the mouse, but why? I mean, you can put the dongle there. And then now, here's my mouse. I can now control it, okay? And so now we close this, the on-screen keyboard. We don't need that anymore. We go to the start menu. We open basically Mathematica. And again, if people are like criticizing you, oh, why are you doing Mathematica on the small screen? It's because you can, but you don't have to, right? That's the point. So again, let me just make this stand here a little bit. So now you can do Mathematica here like you did before. So for example, let's type plot. This time let's plot something in 3D. For example, I don't know, sine, it should be capital S, sine xy, for example, where your x will, let's say, run from 0 to 3, for example, and then your y will run from, let's say, 0 to 3, for example. And then close braces, close square bracket, shift enter. And then you have boom! Kaboom! You see that, right? And again, we can do, and the thing is, it's just on the Game Boy. It's even running on the battery. Like it's not like it's not connected to any electricity at all. My monitor is also powered by the battery. See the power bank with this is for my fiance. This is like the pouch of her like sunglasses. I don't do sunglasses, but like it just how happens that the pouch fits my power bank very well. But anyway, that's a tangent. But yeah, so you can do research like you're doing particle physics like I'm doing. Because like I said, you shouldn't be using your Game Boy to play video games. You should be using your Game Boy to do particle physics. So you open. So this is my terminal. This is the one I showed a while ago, right? The terminal. So now we can go. I have a document folder right here. I call the postdoc, and then we go to the MadGraph folder. We go to the bin folder, and then you have /mg5_AMC. And then again, we do what we did a while ago, which is again, so here are your final states. This is your proton-proton comprised of a gluon, an up quark, a charm quark, a down quark, a strange quark, anti-up, anti-charm, anti-down, anti-strange. And then you can basically you can basically collide a proton with a proton, and then you want to look at the particular final partons comprised of, I don't know, this time let's do up, anti-up. So you have shucks. Let's just do GG. Gluon. Okay, so here are the constituents of the proton that can produce a gluon, and then again you do output, and then you do lunch. But of course, this does not have a hadronization yet because I'm yet to install Pythia, but we can do that later. But basically, yeah, it will produce the events. Okay. And like I said, look at that setup, man. So again, let's keep this joystick because like I said, I don't play video games. Let's just put it here. Of course, these consoles right here, those are not mine. Like I don't play those, of course. I only do physics, of course, during my postdoc. And let's wait while it's processing the events. And let's just marvel. Like 1989, the Game Boy was like you play Tetris, you play Mario. It will destroy your brain, you know, like most people said, you know, video games, it destroys your future. But now look at the thing that it can do. It can output to HDMI straight to your monitor, and yeah, I think the event collision is done. So you have there with a final state gluon. The cross section is basically 4.46 times 10 to the 8 picobarns. You have 10,000 events. Of course, it didn't take a while because there's no hadronization, you know. It's only a parton level. But if you don't know that, it's fine. Yeah, you don't have to know that. But let's just close these guys. So we close the terminal. We close Mathematica. It will ask us to save. Don't save it. And then, yeah, let's close the main window of the Mathematica. Basically, you can shut it down from here. Shut down, and then let's just reboot it, you know. And then when you reboot again, you go back to the video game menu, which again I don't do. I mean, we don't do that here. We don't do video games here. But you can see basically, guys, I think it's having some issues again with SD card. But as you can see, it basically works. Yeah. So from here, it outputs going there, right? So it's called it's like a certain desktop environment within RetroPie, which itself is an emulation environment. But anyway, that's it, guys. Game Boy